I bet you didn't expect to see this face. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to tell you right now, I have a very hard time keeping eye contact on myself. So if you see my eyes diverge, that's why. One more thing, and we're going to address this straight away. My mouth moves in a funny way. And that is because 6 years ago, I was extremely sick and it caused facial paralysis. And it's actually partial facial paralysis. And it's not known if I had like a minor stroke or that wasn't able to be picked up on an MRI or something like that. I am very good at talking to people one-on-one. And so that's what I'm gonna try to do here is pretend I'm talking to you one-on-one. This is the first of I don't know how many videos explaining kind of myself and introducing myself and explaining kind of how things are going to go. I am having surgery in a few days. I started this with the intent of just explaining my philosophy on life and how travel should be something that is relaxing and something that improves your quality of life and improves your knowledge on things and should be something that is intentional and something that improves your overall knowledge in the scheme of things. I am having surgery and I want to be honest about that. And it's a very hard thing to admit because of why I don't want to get on video. And that's partly because I'm self-conscious about my weight. In 2013, I had bariatric surgery. And yes, I lost about 120 pounds. And I did gain some of that back, I admit that. But my biggest problem was that I suffered from severe acid reflux, which did a lot of damage to my teeth. Such severe damage that that's part of why I couldn't appear on camera is, I didn't want people saying, hey, with your teeth, and hey, go to a dentist, get your teeth cleaned. I've spent quite a lot on my teeth actually, and my dad is actually a dentist and I know what to do with my teeth. So thank you for that if you were going to give that information. But I am very well aware of back to surgery and having my sleeve reverted to a bypass so that I can prevent the reflux or get rid of that and help reduce that. And I also fix a potential hernia. As I said 6 years ago, I was very, very sick. What I didn't tell you is what has happened to me since then. I was recovering from that illness. I was fired from my job, which was great. It was in the middle of the pandemic. And then a few months after that, the person I thought was the love of my life broke up with me and spent 5 years being a complete total jerk and messing with my emotions until it completely took every inch of I don't know. I don't know. Bottom line is I have severe PTSD and CPTSD that I am still struggling with, and um and I also deal with severe debilitating migraines to the point where I can no longer work. So you can see why I want to travel, why I try to keep stress to a minimum in my life. Oh, yeah. What else has happened in the last 6 years? Both my grandparents, my maternal grandparents, passed away in the span of, 4 months of one another. And I love them dearly. Yes, they lived long lives, but it was extremely difficult. So it was an extremely difficult experience, still kind of rough. And oh yeah, if you hear any little banging or something that sounds like a bell or something rolling on the floor, that is my cat. She decided to currently play. You don't think I'm traumatized enough? That's for you to think. Again, I don't really need your opinion on that. I have a host, mental health professional to speak otherwise. That led me to wanting to travel when I finally had the ability and some ability, and I decided to take a trip to Spain. I don't know why, it just was in my mind, and I decided to do the Camino de Santiago, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was 2 months I deserved and needed away from life. The Camino was amazing. I loved it. So part of why I think I was inspired to do this channel is I think that the feeling people get from that type of experience is important. And I think it's a not necessarily it's not necessarily about making a pilgrimage. It's about quieting your mind and taking time for yourself and reflecting on your life and realizing what you need for yourself. It doesn't have to be walking 500 miles or even leaving the country or even leaving your house. You need to take the time to give yourself time and know what you need. And unfortunately, in this country, in America, we are made to believe that travel is some sort of privilege and some sort of luxury instead of a right. And some of the things that they have in other countries that are fairly inexpensive, it are astronomically expensive here, and they really shouldn't be. Like, they are able to travel more with trains and buses and stuff like that. So it's become kind of difficult as someone like me who has a car that's 19 years old and wants to see things. It's difficult to travel. And I think it doesn't matter how you're traveling, whether you're flying or driving, it's become so stressful. And it doesn't matter what your destination is anymore. If you're going to the beach, if you're going to Disney World, or whatever, it's become this thing you have to win. Or it's become this thing people have decided they can make videos about and influence you into doing a certain thing, whether it's booking through a certain platform or using their tips to, like with Disney World. I don't understand that. It's like, how hard is it to book a trip to Disney World? I mean, I did it. I I don't really understand some of these things, I guess, that people make into videos. And a lot of the information that you are getting as well, um, like I said, not necessarily uh, like how to go to Disney World. I mean, you can buy a book on it, and it's so much simpler, or get it off a video because it can a lot of times be wrong.
When I was getting ready to go to Spain, a lot of travel influencers videos popped up in my feed. When I watched their videos, I found information that was incorrect, especially when it came to wardrobe, what to wear, what not to wear, and how to pack, and what was allowed on airplanes. And I found there was a lot of hacks and cuts and cheap and inexpensive. And it just wasn't anything that was valuable to me. All it was garbage. I want to be a channel of anti-hacks because it's just a buzzword that's not even being used correctly. If you really examine travel influencers, they recycle the same information over and over again. Whether it's packing, carry-on only, sneaking an extra bag or two on the plane, or even just tips about changing security rules. And for your information, if you're going to Europe, you can totally wear socks with sandals, especially if you're walking the Camino, which millions are, and influencers are ignoring this huge group of tourists who are hiking, biking, and doing other athletic endeavors. If that's you, I see you, and I know these videos ignore your needs when it comes to luggage. They're all the same. Not only do I want to be a channel of anti-hacks, but I want to tell you stories about places and build a community where we can collectively find paths to peace. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And if it's hacked, minimized, and filled with rules about your wardrobe, it's not peaceful. I think that's where we will end today's video. We'll pick this conversation up in another video. I ran into technical issues during filming the video and had to finish it in an unplanned way. I hope this helped you understand me a little better and you'll consider subscribing. Please like the video. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram. Those links are in the description along with my link tree. Until next time, bon voyage.